Hey everybody, how are we doing today? It is Thursday, October 24th, and we're back here for another episode of Pork Puck Hockey with your host, JBACS, and this is a show where we talk hockey and only hockey. So, on today's show, got a lot to talk about. It's been another wild week in the National Hockey League. So the first thing we're going to start off with is a couple of records. John Carlson, defenseman for the Washington Capitals, he has joined a few select defensemen in the league over time with 20 points in the month of October. He leads the NHL with that amount of points and his team, the Capitals. So the other record I wanted to get to is Phil the Thrill Kessel has played 1,000 games this year for his career. And he is playing for the Arizona Coyotes. The boys there chipped in and got him something nice. He got that silver stick for making it to 1,000 games. Most of his career was spent in Toronto and Pittsburgh, won a couple cups in Pittsburgh. And he's been a really good player for many years. He's got a game tonight against the New York Islanders. And we'll see how he continues to play. But he had 2 goals the other night. Finally got on the score sheet for the Coyotes, and he's been doing well. So congrats to Phil, congrats to John, and we'll see if there's any more records throughout the year. I know there's been a couple first goals, and congratulations to all those rookies who have scored their first. Kirby Dach for the Chicago Blackhawks scored his first the other night, so congrats to him. And he's going to have a fine young career. So tonight's games, we got San Jose versus Montreal, Arizona versus the Islanders, as I said. We got a New York matchup tonight between the Buffalo Sabres and the New York Rangers. We have Carolina versus Columbus. We have Minnesota versus Nashville, Philadelphia versus Chicago, Anaheim versus Dallas, Florida and Calgary, and Washington and Edmonton. So we got a lot of games on the schedule tonight. The one I'd say I'm looking most forward to would have to be the Sabres and the Rangers, as it's a New York interstate matchup, and Buffalo's been playing really good. They are first in the conference, first in the league with 17 points. Close behind them is the Washington Capitals with 16 points, and then in third is the Boston Bruins with 14 points. The Penguins playing really well. They're up to 5th in the standings, but unfortunately they lost last night to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay looked pretty good, but Crosby had a beautiful pass to Jake Gensel for a goal last night, and that was pretty nice. And so yeah, that's what we got going on today. And the league has just been tremendous this year, like I said. Very competitive hockey lately. Already we have some interesting division leaders, such as the Capitals with Carolina and Pittsburgh behind. And then the Atlantic, we have Buffalo still doing Buffalo things, I guess, leading the way. And Jack Eichel and the boys with Dahlin and Ristolainen, they're playing really good hockey. Carter Hutton in net, he's actually making himself a name and becoming a decent goaltender. And then in that division, we have Boston and Toronto second and third, and Tampa Bay in fourth. They're all separated by 2 points, 3 points each there. Florida climbing the ranks. They're up to 5th in that division. And then we'll go to the Western Conference, where we have some interesting news for the Central Division leader, the Colorado Avalanche. One of their top players that they paid big money this summer, Mikko Rantanen, he ended up getting hurt pretty bad in his last game. His ankle went the opposite direction. It was not pretty. It looked like he got stuck in a rut or something, and he was hurting bad. You could tell. So we'll see. He's going to be week to week, I'd assume. And hopefully he gets better and gets back out there, because the boys need him to keep their first division spot. They lead that division with 15 points. Nashville's in second with 11. And then we have St. Louis in third with 11. St. Louis is playing pretty good, coming after their first Stanley Cup in franchise history. There's no Stanley Cup hangover that I can tell right now. at a 4-2-3 record through 9 games. I'd assume they're gonna keep winning and keep playing well. And Winnipeg's in fourth in that division. They've done pretty good. They have a weird record of 5-6-0. They haven't even gone to overtime yet, but they still have 10 points, which is pretty solid. And Dallas has kind of gotten away from their struggling, but they're still only sitting at 7 points at 3-7-1. We'll see if they can continue to improve. Rupe Hintz, he's been playing fantastic hockey, and I think he's going to continue to play well for them, such as Sagan, Ben, and Pavelski. They're doing some good work there as well. So our last division we have is the Pacific, and that would be Edmonton leading the way with 15 points. Of course, McDavid and Draisaitl, and out of nowhere, James the Real Deal Neal playing great. I think they're going to do good things this year. They got a good goaltending unit and good defense, I think. I think they're going to make a playoff run finally. They're one of those teams that's on my bubble as a possible playoff team. I mean, right now, obviously, they'd be playoff contention, and we'll see if that continues, but who knows? It's very early in the season. It's only week number 4 or 3. I forget where we're at. I think it's week number 4. And we got some early leaders and contenders that might not be there when it comes playoff time in the spring. So then we got Vegas in second in that division. Shout out to the Golden Knights. They're in second with 14 points at a 7-4-0 record. Fleury's been playing really good. Malcolm Subban is playing good as his backup. Alex Tuch. We also got Max Pacioretty, Mark Stone, Jonathan Marchessault, and William Karlsson. And then their defense, they got Shea Theodore. That kid's a stud. Can't believe they got him in the early goings, and he's going to prove to be one of their best defensemen. And then we got Vancouver, who is in third. Elias Peterson, as it is now. He came out and told the league that he doesn't want to be Pettersson anymore. He was like, hey, guys, it's Peterson. Sorry, but that's what it is. So he's doing really well. He's a good young guy. They also got Jay Beagle winning a lot of faceoffs, and I think he scored his first goal for them the other night, first goal of the season. He's playing well, and then they got Brock Besser and Bo Horvat, who's their captain, doing really good. It's a team that could end up getting over that hump this year. You never know. There's a lot of teams that could get over that hump this year, which brings me to the next point, the Anaheim Ducks. Shout out to the Ducks again. Got the jerseys for the boys today. So they're at fourth in that division with 12 points at a 6-4-0 record. They're playing pretty good hockey for the most part. They got some young guys. Sam Steele doing good things. You never know. We'll see where they end up at the end of the year. Arizona's in fifth, who's another team that might get over that hump. And we'll see. See who ends up leading the way this year. And Calgary, Los Angeles, and San Jose fill that out. So teams have finally all gotten a win. The worst record would have to be either Minnesota or it's Minnesota with 6 points at 3-6-0. I heard some rumblings there. Bruce Boudreau might be getting the can, and he's been a fairly weird coach for the most part. Started his career in Hershey in the AHL, started coaching there, and then worked his way up to Washington. Could never get the boys over the hump in D.C., and he ended up going to Anaheim, did all right in Anaheim, and now Minnesota, they've just been struggling. I mean, he hasn't had much help from his GMs, where his GMs have just been tough. I mean, he can't seem to get help. Didn't really do well in the draft. Off-season, he didn't do anything in the free agent signing, so well, I don't know. I don't know how long Boudreau will be around there. I know there's been some rumblings between him and the players. Like, I guess they're going back and forth, having some little bit of an argument. So, yeah, that's what we'll see. But that's how the league's been pretty good this year. And we're going to do a quick recap of some stats here for the players. And that'll be all for today. So let's go through them. Again, the points leader is John Carlson with 20 points. The goal leader is the Pasta, David Pastrnak. He is having a great year. He is filthy. Man, I don't know. I've seen some good hockey players in my day, and Pastrnak can just dangle and put that puck where Mama hides the cookies. Well, this is surprising. I didn't even know this, but the save percentage leader is also from Boston, Tuukka Rask. I guess he's having a pretty good year with a 944 save percentage. That's pretty solid if you ask me. And the wins leader is Marc-Andre Fleury for the Vegas Golden Knights with 7 wins. Lately, the last 10 days, the points leader would be David Pastrnak. And the wins leader in the last 10 days would be Carter Hutton. So the interesting thing here is the power play percentage leader is the Boston Bruins with 35.7%. The penalty kill percentage leader is Vegas at a 90.9%. That's pretty solid. That means on 90.9% of their power or penalty kills, they're not giving up a goal, which is good. The goals per game is the Nashville Predators, probably led by Matt Duchene, Ryan Johansson, and the boys at 4.22 goals per game. And the goals against per game leader is the Arizona Coyotes at 1.88, which is pretty good. I'm not sure who's even playing goal for them right now as far as the goaltender. I don't know if it's Kemper or if it's Ronta right now. Let me look and see. Where is Arizona? Let's see. See if I can pull this up. If not, but anyhow, they're playing good hockey. I can't find who their goaltender, which the better of the goaltenders is right now, but they're doing pretty well at 5-2-1. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and as always, hit that subscribe button and check back next week. Thanks. See you later.